we have 266,136 cases, 2,253 new cases reported since yesterday, 1,193 people in the hospital, and sadly, 4,245 North Carolinians who've lost their lives. We remember all of those that we've lost, and we keep them and their families in our prayers. North Carolina is seeing high case counts and hospitalizations from COVID-19 as this virus continues spreading throughout our state. We know large gatherings can spread this virus rapidly, particularly when masks are ignored. But importantly, contact tracers are finding that many cases come from smaller gatherings of extended family and friends, youth group outings, family meals, church. We too often let our guard down when we're with people we know and trust. But knowing and trusting doesn't stop the virus. Today, we need people to hear us loud and clear. If you're gathered with anyone who does not live in your household, you are at risk, and they are too. Wear a mask and practice social distancing. Many people can have the virus and don't know it. It doesn't mean you don't trust each other. It means you care about each other. As the pandemic continues to affect our way of living and working, many families are facing difficult economic times. 2 weeks ago, we started our NC Hope initiative. This provides renters who are at 80% or less of the median income of a county with up to 6 months back rent and utility payments. The money is paid directly to their landlords and utility providers. It ensures renters can stay in their homes with the lights on. As I looked at the more than 23,000 applications that we received in less than 2 weeks, I thought about how each one of those applications represents a family on the edge having to make hard choices. I also thought about how many families still face eviction. Some are able to seek protection under the current Center for Disease Control, the CDC moratorium, preventing evictions for certain people. But there is a lot of confusion with landlords and tenants and the courts. Therefore, today, I've signed a new executive order to prevent evictions in North Carolina for people who can't afford the rent. The Council of State has concurred. Roughly 300,000 to 400,000 households across North Carolina are currently unable to pay rent. Without today's actions, almost 250,000 eviction filings could be submitted by January of 2021. Many families are trying to do the right thing. They're having to make tough choices, but this virus has made it difficult. Today's order also builds on the CDC's federal eviction moratorium. It requires landlords to ensure tenants are aware of the CDC protections and how to claim them. This order makes it clear that the CDC moratorium applies to all eligible North Carolinians, not just those who live in federally subsidized housing. And it ensures that the recipients of North Carolina's HOPE program are still able to qualify for these protections. The result during this global pandemic will be more North Carolinians staying in their homes, more landlords getting paid rent, and fewer utility companies shutting off the power. That's a good thing. Our NC Hope initiative remains available to assist families with rent or utility payments. You can access it by calling 211 or visiting nc211.org/hope. As we grapple with this pandemic, let's remember that our economy will only be as strong as our efforts to stamp out this virus. A recovery depends on elected officials and everybody else taking this virus seriously and doing our part to prevent the spread as we work toward a vaccine and more effective treatments. I believe a safe and effective vaccine will come and that treatments for those who get sick will get better. In the meantime, let's save lives and make our economy stronger by wearing a mask, washing your hands, and waiting 6 feet apart.